terrible posture growing up because I've always loved books. So from about age 8, I'd just lose myself for hour upon hour, slumped over a book. And so I had terrible posture, and my dad would always say to me, other people won't, care to bother to tell you this, but I'll tell you this, you need to sit up straight, you need to stand up straight. So I'd sit up straight for a minute or two, but, eventually the strain would get to me, and I'd go back to my habitual habits. So telling someone to stand up straight, sit up straight, and have good posture and never does any good. It just makes them more tense and more tight. So, I had terrible posture until about 4 years ago when I started taking Alexander lessons. And talking of radio, I used to work in radio, and I started developing voice problems. And the more I tried, to overcome them, and the worse they got, until eventually I quit after 3 years. And it was so humiliating because I loved radio, yet I'd get hoarse, and, I sounded terrible, and I was like gasping for breath on air. And it was just so frustrating. And so I had this epic failure, like kind of riding in the back of my head for all these years, because I loved working in radio and wanted to do it. And it wasn't until I discovered the Alexander technique and had 2 or 3 years worth of lessons that I was finally able to fully let go of my habits of tension and compression that were so distorting my voice.